Declared K.I.A. That was the official record. My body never recovered. My name carved into a slab of stone I never touched. But I wasn't dead. 2 years in the shadows of a covert mission gone wrong. 2 years clawing through snow, blood, and silence. When I finally came home, the war wasn't over. It had only shifted battlegrounds. My wife. Married. To him. Not just any man, my commanding officer. The one who sent me into that operation. The one who gave the eulogy at my funeral. I stood in the crowd at the auction, watching strangers bid on the house I built with my bare hands. My son was there too, beside him. The boy didn't know me anymore. He listened as that man bent low, whispering poison into his ear. Your father died begging, like a coward. I'm your real dad now. He never loved you. The crowd clapped as numbers were called, hands lifted. My life sold piece by piece. And none of them knew I was there, alive, breathing, watching, waiting. The betrayal was too clean to be coincidence. I had expected grief, confusion, maybe anger. What I found instead was choreography. A marriage license filed within months of my death notice. The house on the market before my boots touched American soil again. My wife's smile in photographs with him, lips too rehearsed, too practiced. She wore my dog tags in those photos, a trophy. I studied them both from a distance. He was the same man I remembered, calculated, polished, a predator who dressed in metals. She was different, softer around the edges but colder in the eyes, like a woman who had traded loyalty for comfort. And my son, my boy, he didn't look at her the way he used to. He didn't cling to her hand, he clung to his, to the man who had replaced me in name, in bed, in blood. The rage inside me was volcanic, but I didn't let it spill, not yet. I needed truth before vengeance, because there's always a chance you're wrong, always. I began quietly. Financial records, phone logs, emails. The sort of trail people never think someone like me could follow without a badge. They forgot who they were dealing with. The picture sharpened. Late-night calls between her and him before I was gone. Deposits into an offshore account that matched the timeline of my mission's failure. And then there was the story they fed my son, the narrative of a coward, a father who never loved him. I heard it whispered in recordings I captured from their home, my boy's voice breaking as he asked why. The answer always the same, because your father abandoned you. But I hadn't abandoned him. I'd been erased by them. Every file, every timestamp was a needle in my skin. But I forced myself to stay calm. Revenge without evidence is suicide. I ran DNA tests, quietly, indirectly. Hair from a brush, skin from a shirt collar. The results landed like a bullet through glass. My son wasn't his. He was mine. Always mine. And still they lied. The day I confronted them, I didn't announce myself with rage. I didn't kick down doors or shout accusations. I invited them to dinner. Neutral ground. A table where truth could sit between us like a loaded weapon. They didn't recognize me at first. Time and scars had done their work. But when my voice broke the silence, I saw her face pale. His eyes narrowed like a wolf cornered. I slid the DNA report across the table. My son's name printed bold. The conclusion undeniable. He's mine, I said. No shouting, no violence, just fact. Her hand trembled on the glass. His jaw clenched, but he didn't move. The air between us was heavy with years of lies crumbling. I watched them break. I didn't. He tried first. You don't understand. She needed stability. The boy needed a father. I cut him off with silence. Just a stare, unblinking, cold enough to freeze marrow. Then I leaned forward. You sold me to my grave. You stole my family. You rewrote my son's memory of me. And you thought you won. I pushed the second folder across the table. Bank statements, messages, proof of an affair long before my supposed death. Evidence of collusion in the mission that left me behind. His hands shook as he read. She covered her mouth, but no sound came out. You're both finished, I said. No threats, no promises, just certainty. I stood, leaving the files with them, not for court, for fear. Every second of their lives now poisoned by the knowledge that truth was no longer theirs to bury. They had taken everything from me. Now I had taken their future. I didn't stay to watch the fallout. I didn't need to. The headlines came days later. The auction frozen. His career bleeding out in the press. Her silence louder than confession. I walked alone through the city at night, the world moving around me like I was invisible. For the first time in years, I felt weight lift. Not joy, never joy, just clarity. They had written me off as dead, a coward, a ghost. But I had returned. Not for their forgiveness, not for reconciliation, for truth. And the truth was enough. I would never get back the years, the love, the home, but I had taken back something greater, myself.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.